called the Great Tide Pool?
It's a very large tide pool.
Pretty good, yeah, it's a very large tide pool. The reason it's so great though is because it's an exclusive part of the aquarium. Only we are allowed to go in there. Everyone behind this blue line has to just sit and watch. So, that is known as a rocky intertidal ecosystem. Does anyone know what that means?
No.
Well, could you take a guess? Exactly. There are rocks. Perfect. What about intertidal? Yes, sir. You are absolutely right. It's between the tides. The tide goes in and out. As some parts of the day it's completely submerged underwater. Other parts of the day it's exposed to air and crashing waves. So the animals that live there have unique adaptations in order to occupy that space. For example, sea stars have thousands of sucker tube feet. They could just hug onto the rocks. When the tide recedes, they don't get washed off. When waves are crashing on them, they're not going anywhere. They're nice and comfortable and at home. So, do we have any adaptations to live there?
Gills.
Well, some of you have gills, but most of us don't. So as humans, we've invented things to visit their homes, such as the fleece that you're wearing right now. It'll add an extra layer of insulation under your dry suits. The dry suits are another thing that we've got. It's got latex seals around the neck, the wrists, and the ankles, which will keep the water out, and you'll be mostly dry. But your heads, hands, and feet will get wet. But we've got neoprene gloves, boots, and hoods for you to wear to keep you a little warmer. Alright. And another adaptation that we've got is something that I'm wearing on my back. This is known as a buoyancy compensator, and attached to it we have a scuba tank. And the scuba tank is filled with the same air we're breathing right now. On the third floor we have a giant air compressor that crams air into this tank. At 3,000 psi this tank will hold about 30 cubic feet of air, so it's got a pretty good amount of air in here, so we're doing good. And to access that air we have our regulator. So if you see the mouthpiece on there, it goes in your mouth just like a sports mouthpiece, and you breathe in through your mouth and out through your mouth just like you normally would. There's no fancy tricks to it. On the left side we have our pressure gauge. It shows us the PSI we have in our tank. Could you shout out some of the colors that you see? Green, red, purple, yellow. Black. You see the colors? Alright, so what can you think of that is green, yellow, and red that you probably saw on your drive over here? Exactly, stoplights. So just like stoplights, green means you're good, just keep going, just keep swimming, have a good time. Yellow means to slow down, let your instructor know that you're in the yellow. And red doesn't mean you're out of air, you still got plenty of air, but it's time to get warm, time to dry out. And when we're in the water and we have our regulators in our mouths and our faces underwater, we can't really talk to each other. It sounds like bubbles and gurgles. We don't know what you're saying. So as divers, we have a couple hand signals that we use. For example, the first one I'm sure you've all done before, it's like this, means okay and are you okay? So if your instructor, oh no, this means to ascend in scuba, and this means to descend in scuba. No, but this means okay. Yes, sir. So when your instructor swims up to you and wiggles this in your face, if you're doing good, just wiggle one right back. If you're not doing so great, your mask is foggy, your fins are coming off, you do what's called a floppy fish. So just let your instructor know that something's not all right. And then once you give that signal and you want to tell your instructor what's going on, we're going to do what we call the otter roll. So I'm sure you've all seen the otters inside, just laying on the surface, rolling around. We're going to try to do the same thing. So the way we do that is by putting one arm across our body, one arm out, and we're going to roll until the back of our hand hits the water, and then we're going to spit the regulator out of our mouths and tell our instructor what the problem is. Once they solve the problem, you're feeling comfortable again, you want to get your face back in the water, you're going to do the exact opposite. So this regulator goes back in the mouth, one arm across the body, one arm out, and you roll until the palm of your hand hits the water. You spread your arms out to help you stabilize, and then you just start kicking with those fins on your feet. If you see anything really cool and you want to let your instructor know that you're having a great time, we're going to do what's called the shaka. So you thumb and pinky and you just shake it around. Alright. if you see something really, really cool, but you don't want to stop looking, but you want to communicate to the surface world what a great time you're having, we're going to do what's called the hammerhead shotgun. So it's just like this. That way, your parents and everyone up here will know that you're having a great time, so we really encourage you using those. And some of the animals in there we're allowed to touch, some of them we're not. Your instructors will let you know, and the animals we can touch, we're going to touch them using what we call our science fingers. So it's a middle finger and index together, and you just gently touch the animals. You don't want to be poking them or punching them, so just gentle stroke. Alright, and now, the most important rule of scuba diving is to always breathe and never hold your breath. We've got a lot of air trapped onto our body, so there's no reason to hold our breath. So it's so important, I want you all to raise your right hand and repeat after me.
After me.
I will always breathe.
I will always breathe.
And never hold my breath.
And never hold my breath.
We're going to get suited up now.
Stay seated.